Good morning, good afternoon, and in some places, good evening. This is Jojopah Maria and Saroma coming to you with my elemental wisdom for the month of August, finally. And what about this month, right? Whew. We actually have not one, but two super moons. And the second one, of course, is called a blue moon. And then with a beautiful new moon in Leo in between. So, yeah, there's a lot pulling on us, a lot pulling on us. Lots of people I'm talking about feeling very exhausted, very tired, and not understanding exactly why, except maybe sleep is being disrupted. Yeah, there's all that going on. And, we're just really in the thick of the age of Aquarius's opening. And of course, the fire in Maui, has gotten our attention for a very important reason, because it is definitely, so tragic and so unexpected. Like, just how did this happen? And in delving a little bit more about how it happened, we get uncovered that there was an ignoring and losing reverence for the ancient wisdom that knew how to make sure that the island's geography and land was cared for. Yeah. So very, very important message to all of humanity about how we are not respecting our earth. And, when something happens like that on a macro level, then if you're wisdom walking, and I hope you are, you take it and you apply it to a personal level, right? And what does that mean? That means, like, where in my life, this is a question, where in my life am I out of alignment with my elemental nature? Yes, yes, yes. And in asking that question, it will lead you to uncovering and finding out where it is that you may be going against what is required in order for you to to be fulfilled, have those happy endings, all that good stuff that I keep talking about. Yeah. Let me see, I got a comment here. Hey, it's Anika. Yes, the nature queen, daughter of Oshun. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And August is a nature month. It's a nature month. In fact, it's the second and the final nature month this year. And so it's really important, and the timing of it coming here at the end of the second quarter of 2023. So we're in the thick of change, and it's very radical. That's the other thing, like a firestorm that was, is really telling us this radical change. Yeah. Anika gets it. Yes, yes. There's Michael Damon, my colleague. Good morning to you as well, sir. So happy to have you here. So, again, folks, this is no joke. This is no joke. We are really being asked to move ourselves forward, but in the right way, And my theme for this month of August, elementally, is about calling on our inner strength. Yeah, calling on our inner strength. This is a time for us to remember that inside of us is the truth, is the knowing of what is right and what is wrong. You don't need to leave that up to something outside of yourself. You know it. You came here knowing it. You were born knowing it. And so it's really time to go in and start to uncover, reconnect with, reassociate with your truth about what is right and what is wrong. And here's another thing really important, why it's so important to have this inner courage. It's not an intellectual exercise. It's not rational. It's something you feel. Because something that may be right for somebody else may not be right for me. And I don't need to go along with anybody else's program. I need to be really clear about what is working for me. Yeah. So give yourself permission to find that inner courage, to set those boundaries, be true, and set your own boundary with going out of alignment. get yourself back in alignment, especially before we start heading toward that last quarter of 2023, because this is no joke. This is no joke. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Miss Muffin, thank you for tuning in. Glad to have you here. And also another wonderful colleague of mine, Robbie. Hey, Robbie. Yes, my darling. Yes, fireman all day. Yes, yes. As you get it, you can feel it, right? Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. So let me share with you the elemental wisdom for this month of August to help you continue to navigate. Of course, this is always in honor of my teachers, Malidoma and Sobonfu Some of Burkina Faso, land of the proud ancestors, and how blessed we are, how fortunate we are that they really sacrificed so much of their lives to bring this ancient wisdom into the Western world so that people like me and you can benefit from it. So Ashe, thank you, ancestors. So, August is this second nature month. We're also in this time of coming to the end of summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. So there's some nostalgia. There's even some grieving energy that can be going on, beginning to go on. Of course, in the Southern Hemisphere, it's them beginning to let go of winter and they're entering into their spring. And so, be conscious of that too, with that inner strength. Give yourself permission to really enjoy your summertime, your ending of this season in the Northern Hemisphere. So let's jump back to last Sunday, because again, our elemental week begins on a Sunday this year in 2023, because January 1st was on a Sunday. And so that's the day of the week that begins our elemental week. And so we started off with August 6th, and yes, it was a water week. And here is the message about that and the opportunity. It was about becoming peaceful. Yes, getting still, meditating, contemplating, reconciling any negative feelings by acknowledging them, feeling the pain, and cleansing it by focusing on what is positive in your life right now. The advice was to get yourself into nearby or flowing water and allow the purifying energy of the water element to free you from feelings of anger, resentment, judgment, fear, and anything else that is disruptive and distracting to the fulfillment of your annual commitments. Remember, God is breathing you. Call upon divine love to free your mind. So hopefully, if you think back to the beginning of the month and last week, that you were having that awareness, really stepping into that. Yeah, I need to really get myself into more peace and calm. Absolutely. As always, when an opportunity comes, distractions, and here they are for the water week, ignoring or sedating your pain. And yeah, a lot of pain has been pushing up, folks. A lot of ancestral stuff has been pushing up. Don't ignore it. Pay attention to it. Do your water work. Do your water healing. Do your forgiveness work. Telling yourself that your problems can wait. Yeah, don't put them on the back burner or sweep them under the rug, because there's no getting rid of them. They're going to resurface. Attempting to change someone. Yeah, avoid that codependency. Please, please, please. We all should know, especially as adults and wisdom walkers, that trying to make it be about somebody else is not going to carry you forward. Blaming others for how you are choosing to feel about yourself. Again, let go of that victim consciousness. Take on figuring out why it is that you are not happy. And then last but not least, using anger, rage, or judgment to protect yourself from other people's pain. Yeah, that's a really powerful one. Think about that. Using anger, rage, or judgment to protect yourself from other people's pain. Yeah. The best way to protect yourself from other people's pain, number one, is don't take it on. Number two is use it as a message to you about, okay, how is this reflecting back to me something that I'm in pain about, but that I'm ignoring? Yeah, absolutely. So that's your water week energy that I hope you navigated through very successfully. Now let's step into this week, because this is our nature week in a nature month and in a nature year. Yeah, all of that. So this is a really powerful week, folks. There's going to be some real shifting, some real changing going on. And here's the opportunity. Be flexible, trust the process, surrender your attachment to your plan. Oh, yeah. When we make up what we think is the best way for our dreams to come true, we are sure to be disappointed. Trust the universe with its unknowable ability to make things happen in the right way and at the right time. And this is more powerful than your brain or any brain of any other human, or the brain of any other human. Listen to me, I can't even talk. This stuff is so powerful, so deep and powerful. Let me take a moment. Let me breathe. Yeah, we gotta let go. We gotta let go of thinking we're supposed to have it all figured out. Yeah. Want it to be right more than just wanting it. Let go of trying to figure it all out. Do what is right in front of you to do at the present time, and know that more will be revealed. Connect with the magical and tricky energy of the nature element, whether that is in the form of plants, trees, flowers, animals, or humans, to help you accept the greater order and direction you are being asked to experience. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is no joke this week. Like I said, there's some stuff. And again, like I said, what happened in Maui, in that beautiful, beautiful historic town, that kind of devastation, that's an energetic that's saying to us on a personal level, there really is a God. There really is a greater order and direction. And we don't know what can happen or why. Now, there is purpose to what happened. There's big purpose to what happened. And we can't figure it out yet, but we can accept and believe that there is treasure in the trauma. Always, always. So this week, just know if something shifts up for you, something changes unexpectedly and so big and so painful, just be flexible around it. Don't be in resistance. Feel the pain of it. Do your grief, do your yelling and screaming, not at somebody else. Yeah, just let it out, but not transferring it. But just know that things can get really shifted up. And also, too, let me tell you, the shift up doesn't have to be painful. It can be something like really exciting and happy and buoyant and joyful, because that also creates a change. So, yeah. This nature week, no joke. So let's look at the distractions that may show up for you. Here we go. Being arrogant and or stubborn. And that's just about, I know God and you don't. I know better. Yeah, let that go. Attempting to change a no into a yes, or a yes into a no, right? It goes both ways. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go into acceptance. And acceptance is hard to do. So we do have to ask for help to be able to be accepting of things that we don't like and didn't plan for. Perceiving things as a win-lose. Yeah. When things change radically, yeah, it feels like loss, but it really can be perceived as something is coming into you. Something is being cleared out for the new that is coming in. And that to me is a more healthy and loving perspective when we get, just things pulled away from us. Despairing and trying to go back to the place you know best, also known as trying to squeeze back through the hole. Yeah, there is no going back, folks. There is no going back. And there's no place to run and no place to hide. We are in the midst of a huge shift in human consciousness. And this is part of that change process. It's really, really huge. Yeah, no joke. And then last but not least, beating yourself up for situations and or outcomes over which you have no control. And that has to do with, how when bad things happen, we try to figure out, how did I make this happen? How was I responsible? And it's really painful, it's a really painful thing to actually have to accept that there really is a greater order and direction, that there really is something beyond your knowing that is having things happen in the way that they happen. Yeah. And it's scary at first when you really get that down into your belly, when it leaves just intellect and it drops into your emotions. That's really scary. I can tell you, when I had to really accept that, I was like, oh my God, you mean I don't have control? But at the end of the day, thank God I don't have control, because when you realize that you're creating things out of fear versus love, yeah, it's not a good day. It is not a good day. Some more comments to share. Hey, Nina R. Diamond, thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you, darling. And then Michael says, I love these reminders about how to view distractions. Yes, yes, very important. Thank you. Thank you for emphasizing that, Michael. Yeah. So let's move on to next week. And next week we get an Earth Week that'll show up on this coming Sunday after the new moon in Leo, which will be on Wednesday. And here's the opportunity in this beautiful Earth Week. It's about giving support. Pay it forward. Be an inspiration. Offer assistance without expecting anything material in return. Demonstrate your ability to be generous, compassionate, considerate, and trustworthy. Invoke the generative, nourishing, and abundant universal love energy of the earth element to be of service to others. In doing this in a humble and balanced way, you will be gifting your soul with unconditional love. This emotional resource will serve you well as you continue to move through unexpected barriers to the fulfillment of your annual commitments. As you comfort others, you will be comforted. And how wonderful to come out of a week of such radical change and to focus on paying it forward, being of service, being of love, right? Yeah. You can't make this stuff up. So here are distractions to that. And the first one is complaining. Yeah. And we can all complain about everything right now, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go into gratitude. Expecting others to do what you can do. Really important one, because especially for those of us who are wisdom walking, and you'll usually find that there's not a lot of people maybe in your inner circle that are doing it, or doing it at the level you're doing it. So you can kind of get caught up in thinking that because you're able to be in the higher timeline and to do the right thing, that they should be able to do that too. But sometimes that's not true. So don't hook yourself into, this is what it has to be. Don't make that up. Just be grateful that you can do a pay forward, a giving support, but don't make it be that kind of one-way bargain that if I do this for somebody, they can do it for me. No, leave that alone. Just be grateful you can do it. And then last but not least, that fear of not being appreciated or compensated. Yeah, that can really, really hang us up. And one of the ways we can move past this distraction is to realize that if I'm not valuing myself, I can't be valued. Yeah. So if I'm not appreciated and I'm not compensated, it comes right back to what's going on in me. Yeah. That's where the shift has to happen. Back to that inner courage. Yeah. Taking on what is blocking me from being able to, receive for what I put out. Yeah. Receive that reciprocity. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a really good one to take on. Yeah, absolutely. And then we come to our final week in the month of August, in this nature month, and it's a fire week. Yeah, here we go. And this is all about the power of forgiveness and connecting to the ancestors. So it's embrace and practice forgiveness. Invoke the ancestors to help you forego being a martyr to past pain as you invite the grace of forgiveness to embrace you and remove what was never yours to keep. Ask and thank your God for enabling you to receive the grace of forgiveness for those who have hurt you and for those you have hurt, consciously or unconsciously. Prepare an ancestor plate at every meal, light a candle, red one particularly, and feed them with your intention to honor their existence and to receive their guidance, wisdom, and love. They want you to win and are committed to you not repeating their sorrows. You are their dream come true, and they want you to live your happy endings. Yes. And the power of forgiveness, the use of forgiveness, I can't stress that enough, folks. It's so, so important, especially right now. So here are the distractions for this final week in August. It would be wanting to be right about being a victim, and that's where you just stay attached to the what happened, the who made it happen, and let all that go, because none of that is going to get you to get to the goal, the treasure in what happened. Yeah. Thinking you have to figure things out on your own. Again, back to that same stress for this week, the same information about letting go of thinking you have to be God. No, there really is a God. Call on God. Call on those ancestors. Yeah. Judgment and criticism of self and others. Yeah. Please let that go, because holding yourself as small is not going to help you get fulfillment or happy endings in life. And then last but not least, taking on the problems of others. That's one of a great way to distract ourselves from doing our inner work for collecting our inner courage. Yeah. So set your boundary. Everybody's given what it is they are supposed to have in order to heal and grow and evolve. So you interfere sometimes if you take on doing stuff for people that they really need to do. They need to figure it out. Yeah. I know this very well, folks. I've been working with folks for so many years. And when I first started, that's what I was doing, taking on people's stuff, feeling sorry for them, whatever. But it was really about me, feeling sorry for myself. And so when I realized that what I was doing was distracting myself from doing my inner work, yeah, that's when I was like, okay, let me stop doing that. So hopefully that is helpful to you. Yeah. So that's our wisdom for the week. And as always, I just want to remind you about Earth Day. And especially after what happened in Maui, we really, folks, need to step it up with our honoring of the earth. Now, it doesn't mean you need to become like Greta or some of these other activists out there. It just means you need to find and do one thing. And even if you just do it on this day, Tuesday, August 22nd, that shows and informs the earth, the energy of Mother Earth, that you are willing to honor her, to learn how to live more reverently with our planet. Yeah. And again, go to the website, www.earthday.org, and they have a lot of different things you can do, like the Canopy Project, the Fashion for the Earth Project. There's lots of stuff that you can do to demonstrate again to our dear Mother Earth that you are willing to help and to support taking care of our home. That's really what it comes down to, that you really are capable of doing that. Yeah. She'll be so happy. She'll love it. She'll love it. Yeah. It's interesting how, the external things really are, they happen because of the internal things that we do. So that's the inner courage message for this month. Just one thing, just one little thing, even if it's just thinking about it, that in itself too is helpful. As always, I'm just advertising my book, and it's still available to you, The Wisdom Walk to Self-Mastery. Give a big picture here. Still available on Amazon Kindle. And for those of you who may be watching, listening for the first time, in this book, you will get more information about the medicine wheel and this elemental energies that I have been presenting. So there you have it. There you have it. I hope that you continue this month to find that inner courage. Use your inner courage. Use your inner wisdom. Walk your wisdom. And really enjoy these final weeks of the summer of 2023. And for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, the winter of 2023, knowing that in this next season coming, we are going to be much further along, moving into the truth of who we are at this opening of Age of Aquarius. Any more comments you have, please put them in the box below the video. Let me know what happens to you this week. If anybody has anything that really jumps off, I'd be really happy to know about it. And I just love you all so much. I'm so grateful to be alive and to be on the planet at this time, doing what I'm able to do. So have a beautiful rest of your day or night. And I'll be talking to you again very soon, because I'm going to drop my video for the new moon in Leo on Wednesday. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye now.